Hi, I'm Anthony Morgan's Training Academy. This is Jeff. Today we're going to ring it.
We're going to ring it with our rings.
We were just kind of talking this morning, and Jeff was saying, he says, we haven't really done anything on ring knives. So we're going to do just a little bit on ring knives.
Okay, that's right.
Now, ring knives, there's a couple different ways. We wear them around our neck, and it's always, I carry mine toward the point is always going back like a claw on an animal.
And I asked earlier the question why that is. And Sifu explained to me, all animals have claws that pull you towards them.
So, just a little bit of basics. I build these rings, and they're very functional. Now, when you say functional, it's like a mini karambit.
Yeah.
Okay. And you say, well, mini karambit. And it's like if you throw a punch, boom here, and I go boom, and I cut. That little ring right here is going to cut that. Now these aren't sharp, but let me.
They won't mess up a little tissue.
Do
a little damage.
They rip. They rip with the speed coming in. Now I don't have to have a speed. If I hook the Adam's apple right here, it's going to go in. Okay. If I hook the mouth, if I hook the nose, the eyes, these little numbers do a serious job. Now I carry mine so it looks like a ring, so nobody really understands that I'm carrying one.
Right.
Some of the ladies that train in here, they carry theirs all the time, because if a guy takes them to the ground, they always have their ring.
Yes.
Okay? And you'd think, well, what good's the ring going to do? Well, they can't disarm it for one thing. Okay. But it's like on a lock. If I come in here for a lock, and I hook that thumb there, see, I don't have to do anything other than the knife holds that thumb, okay?
Yeah.
If I come in here and I hook the arm, see, the ring is hooking his hand, not my fingers. So I can move this position here, okay, and still keep that lock, okay? It's just another tool that we utilize. Now, in Indonesian styles, they will say if the guy throws the kick, okay, they will cut the Achilles tendon. Now, these aren't sharp enough to cut the Achilles tendon, but they are sharp enough to inflict injury and pain.
Sure, especially if you put that in somebody's neck a little bit.
Yeah, see, like that.
Like that.
Yeah, and that's all you're looking for is just a hole.
Yeah.
To put these in, okay? And anytime, like I said, if a guy's on a woman, in attempting to rape her, whatever if she has one of these on, she's going to do a number on it. And you think, well, okay, what kind of number? Well, and that comes down to training. How much do you train with a ring knife? How much do you carry a ring knife? Some of my guys that train with me, they carry them all the time. And so you get used to where if we're here and we're working chi sao, my ring knife is right here. Okay, so now see, there's the ring knife, it's open. There's the, look at that, bang. Okay, it's in. So I can get that lopsow here. I can get that lopsow here without having to attach here.
Right.
Okay. So it can be anything. If I throw the punch and he picks it up with a pat and carry, see, there, right. See, that's in. There's the cut. And you think, well, okay, is this really necessary?
That's just another tool.
It's just another tool. And saying, well, okay, what do I have? These are 1 inch long, okay? And if you look at it, that's got a nice edge on it.
Yeah.
So carrying a ring knife, like I said, I make these little cases for them so they can hang around your neck. The finger just slips in, and they're out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And they look kind of cool. They don't.
I like them.
They look like they're like what? They look like a piece of jewelry, kind of. But very cool. And a lot of times I'll open mine on my pants so it's open. When I close it, I just swipe my hand on my pants and it closes them back up. Okay. So as far as ring knives, that's just a little bit. And I want to say. I keep getting comments all the time on our videos. These are not instructional videos. These are informational videos. I don't really, it's hard for me to teach on a video without having sensitivity.
Right.
You know, especially like using these, I can say, well, yeah, you can go get one, but if you don't understand the how to use it and the sensitivity of it and where to deploy it, okay?
Mm-hmm.
You don't just walk up to some guy that's, you know, 295 pounds and say, you know, I can cut you to shreds. There has to be, you know, involvement with both parties in order for the knife to come into contact.
Right.
But you have to be, you know, fairly sensitive and fairly flow. Same with, we do a lot of exercises in here.
Oh yeah.
A lot of sensitivity exercises. We do a lot of things that are just to build our speed, to build our touch. And it's not always about fighting. A lot of times it's just about having fun.
Right.
You know, if we're not having fun, I mean, sure, it gets down to a point that if you say, okay, violence for an example, okay, why do you need to be violent, okay? You need to take care of the situation and you need to bring closure to anything that's happening, okay? And violence isn't always the answer for that. If I can close it out with minimal violence, that's what I'm gonna do.
That's why we train.
That's why we train, so that our situational awareness is, you know, always improving and always on the foreground of us.
Sure.
Something that we have to work.
Always improving. That's my goal, is just to keep getting better, and doesn't have to do with being a violent person, which I am not. So the whole concept there is to train so you don't have to be violent.
Right. I mean, you can carry a gun around with you all the time and shoot everybody that comes in contact with you, but that's violent, okay? And that's not what we're here for. We're here to share with you guys, okay? And to have fun along the way. I mean, if you're not having fun, you know, but you still have to know how to fight. You still have to be able to get out here and mix it up and know that you can take care of yourself. It's not always about the fancy, pretty stuff. But you know, I appreciate all the, you know, comments you guys give. And a lot of times, you know, we get comments on different things. The sole purpose of, one, why we do chi sao. Why do we do chi sao?
It's an exercise.
It's an exercise.
That's basically it.
Right. We do chi sao so we can understand the flow, the sensitivity. How much pressure are you giving me? You're not going to do it out on the street.
No.
But as soon as I attach to you, now I understand. Do I have forward energy? Do I have too much pressure down, too much pressure? And it's an exercise. It's to teach, you know, it's like using chopsticks.
Which I am not very good at.
Okay. You say, okay, well, you know, if you've never ate with chopsticks before, it's a real learning curve. You know,
It's
go to
definitely a
Japan,
learning curve.
spend 5 months in Japan like I did, and you'll learn how to use chopsticks really, really quick.
You don't have a choice. You're going to go pretty hungry, right?
But it's there again. It's an exercise. It's, you know, in everything that we do, we try to make everything we're doing here for you guys something to do about training. Okay, it's not about fighting. It's not always about self-defense. It's about sharing what we do.
Sure.
You know?
Trying to improve ourselves.
Right. And so if we can share that information with you guys, you know, like I said, I don't have issues with, you know, answering your questions. And sometimes, I mean, some of you guys leave some comments that you're bored with what we do. Well, you know, I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry that, you know, you guys think that way. But, you know.
Well, we'll just keep putting them out, and hopefully you keep watching them, and hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, and great comments are always welcome.
If you guys learn one little thing that will help you in your training, then I'm happy. Okay? But, yeah, that's basically it. You know, all the training I've had over the 50 years, one instructor maybe showed me one thing that I keep to this day.
Yeah.
And I go, you know, I use it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And it would make it all the worth the time of training with them.
Yeah.
But anyway, without going on, ring knives. Just something to keep in mind, okay? Thank you. Again, please subscribe.